All right, everyone, here we are. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. This is your December series, Cellar series explanation. Here we are, we got 6 wines. I'm super stoked about where we're at with this collection. I always like including like really high quality sparkling wines, in any mix, and we've got one of those. We've got some classics here with Grand Avenue buses and truck routes, but classics with Sancerre, classics with Barolo. We've got Chateau Moussard. Like, there's just an incredible lineup of wines right here. So, sparkling, 1 white and 4 reds. It's cold out. Like, we got to stay warm. So, let's drink some red wines. It's a pretty good deal. Like, on this one, like, you factor in a Barolo like this. Normal price on this, it's only about a $280 bottle, a 6-pack of wine. But it's about $180 right now. So, it's a great gift. It's hard to find good gifts these days, myself included. I'm always kind of last minute, thinking, what can I get my friends and my family? And they always get wine, which is, there's nothing wrong with that, but let's jump into it. I've got St. Gregory. I've got their Brut Scandalous right here. And so this is Greg Graziano. Greg Graziano is a friend of the shop. Whenever he comes into town, we have wine in the back room. We kind of taste wines together. We talk a lot about sparkling wine. He's a kind of a Zinfandel winemaker of note. Makes great red wines and white wines kind of across the board. But the man loves sparkling wine. I feel like he makes sparkling wines with the greatest intention. This is aged 8 years on the yeast. He does barrel fermentation for the wines before they go into the bottle. And he also is a lover of Italian wines. And so this is Arnese, Pinot Bianco, and Pinot Grigio. And so all from a single vineyard high up in the Potter Valley, kind of the headwaters of the Russian River Valley, kind of up in Mendocino County, like wild Mendocino County. It's bone dry. There's 1 gram of residual sugar, in the wine. It just is a hell of a project, and you can tell there's a lot of passion behind this. This is one of those great passion projects that you see in wine that really kind of delivers. So, Greg Graziano's amazing Blanc de Blanc, 8 years on the yeast in the bottle before disgorgement. A really lovely bottle for New Year's Eve or whenever you drink sparkling wine. I hope you drink it outside of New Year's Eve. So. Moving to Sancerre, so this is André Neveu, and André Neveu farms in Chavagnols, and Chavagnols is like a village of note, absolutely. It has the greatest terroir, I feel like, in all of Sancerre. This is very, very in kind of a amphitheater of southeast and directly south-facing vineyards on very, very thin limestone and silex soils. This is limestone pebble soils, 50 years old, just great old vine, slightly richer Sancerre. I've gone on the record saying and I'm not always so crazy about Sauvignon Blanc per se, but you don't want to know what, I'm always asking for that second and third glass of Sancerre when a bottle is open. And I like wines in this style, wines that have a little bit of broader shoulders. As the wines come down in temperature a little bit, really kind of perform texturally. So André Neveu, a 7th generation farmer in this village. His daughter and son-in-law are now in place of the farming, but just great Sancerres. Urrebes Madero. So this is one of Spain's great wines outside of their major growing areas. We always think of Rioja and Ribera del Duero, Priorat. But there are some amazing, kind of standalone estates called Pagos. And Pagos, there's about 30 of these throughout the country of Spain. And the Spanish government has wisely kind of designated these places of extreme terroir and exceptional historical winemaking. So Opta is the name of this particular wine. You kind of see the strata. You see the strata here. This is an old gypsum quarry that the Romans used to farm. And so history goes back a long ways in this part of Spain. It's relatively coastal, not too far away from the Mediterranean coast, but just an amazing blend of mostly Tempranillo, so 60% Tempranillo, the rest is Garnacha and Syrah, but it's a phenomenal, medium to full-bodied Spanish red. So lovely one, 2016. Moving on to Chateau Moussard. I don't know of many other producers in the whole world of wine that I look forward to tasting wines more than Moussard. I had the opportunity to taste with Serge Auchard and his son Marc Auchard at different times, and they've been some of the great tastings of my career. The wines age exceptionally well, and they're from, in many ways, a birthplace of wine. So this is made in the Bekaa Valley. The Bekaa Valley is a coastal valley, actually an interior valley of Lebanon. And this is a blend of well, let's take a look here. I always have to look here. So this is 50% Senso, 40% Grenache, and the rest is Cabernet Sauvignon, 10%. They make a couple different red wines, and their blends are always different. The wines have just immense soul and energy to them. I don't really know how else to describe them outside of the fact that I find them very special. So I had a bottle of this at Luciancore last week, our great friends at Luciancore, and the wines just worked amazingly with some pasta carbonara. So I think of them, gastronomically speaking, as very diverse. If you did grilled lamb chops, if you did kind of any sort of like, broader Eastern Mediterranean fare, the wine is very much at home and services those flavors quite well. So a really, really special producer. Oof, getting cold. Einaudi, Poderi Luigi Einaudi's in the southern part of the Barolo zone, and they make several different Barolo. This is their 2014 Ludo, and this is their blend. And so, before we started like getting into all this single vineyard, like, oh, this wine is so great because it's a single vineyard, and I get that, like I'm part of that, but the old timers always used to blend, wines from, the Cruz and Serralunga and Monforte and La Mora, to kind of create more complexity. And this is a wine that kind of is in that vein. So it's a really good price on this wine. Like, we have an awesome deal on it. We bought everything they had, and we are passing that deal along. So really lovely wine from 2014. Barolo, like I know Barolo. It's very near and dear to my heart. When I have the opportunity to taste, very good Barolo at a good price, it's even more attractive. So Luigi Einaudi, their 2014 Ludo. Finishing up here with a very important winemaker for us. So, this is Day Zinfandel from Sonoma County, but it's really Aaron Jordan. So Aaron Jordan is a winemaker who, has been all over California. He's worked in Cornas in France. He made wines for Turley. He made wines, he made Insignia. He's made everything, for a lot of different winemakers. And he now makes wines mostly for his own label called Fela, which we have featured in the past, the Chardonnays and the Pinot Noirs from Aaron. But he's kind of a Zinfandel guy at heart in a way, going back to that Turley experience and that Joseph Phelps experience. And this is his lively, kind of energetic style of Zinfandel. I love Zinfandel. In the winter months, I think Zinfandel is absolutely fantastic. It is truly an original California wine. But we are trying to kind of weave through the cones here to try to find wines that have concentration, have kind of power and depth, but also have just this great finesse and freshness, which it's not easy to do. So guys like Aaron Jordan tend to do that somehow with ease. And this is his 2017 Day Sonoma County Zinfandel. Barrel aged, mostly old and neutral barrels from sites across Alexander Valley and Russian River, but just a lovely bottle of Zinfandel. So that is our Cellar Series description here. So as we get a little bit busier throughout this month, I hope you guys find time to really enjoy a glass of wine. This selection is phenomenal. It's a busy time of year, and I think we need great wines more than ever. So a quick shout out to a great Grand Avenue personality, to Chef Jack. Rest in peace, our friend. Happy holidays, and you can find this in the shop starting tomorrow. Thanks.